Hi everyone, Angela here. How are you doing today? I am outside on the golf course that is right behind where I live. It's a beautiful day, so I'm just out here getting some fresh air and enjoying the weather and the sunshine while it's still out. And I also talked about in my last video how I wanted to cover a little bit more about the times that we're in. And I want to talk a little bit more right now about the lifting of the veil and the shattering of falsehoods, because I think it's something that is really important to talk about right now. And I have a lot I want to talk about here. I wrote a lot of my thoughts down so I can stay on track. But because I have so much to go over, I'm just going to kind of get into it right now. But first, we're going to go ahead and just talk about the shattering of falsehoods. Now, with a heavy heart, okay, and this is why I had to write all this down, because it's been a bit of emotional kind of for me too, kind of waking up to the truth going on and, everything that's been going on in the world. And a lot of people are misinformed these days. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what's going on and about the shattering of these falsehoods. And again, with a heavy heart, it is important that you understand that there have been horrific crimes that have been committed against humanity and unfathomable evil that has been taking place, which has plagued humanity for a very long time. Now, with that said, there are many sealed indictments that will soon be unsealed, and many arrests will occur very soon. Okay, so let's talk real quick about the shattering of falsehoods a little bit more here, because I believe a lot of these arrests will include, but not limited to, celebrities, actresses, actors, musicians, politicians, religious figures, TV hosts and TV personalities, news broadcasters, journalists, and even your favorite sports team members. Some of those which you have held in the highest regards and idolized are not your friends. They are the enemy. Frankly, they represent everything that is ungodly and unholy in this world. They are the synagogue of Satan. To put it bluntly, they worship Satan. They worship Lucifer. And some are parts of secret satanic societies and cults. Some have sold their soul to the devil for fame, fortune, power, and control. Now, with that being said, I do believe justice is coming. Some arrests have already occurred, and there are other arrests that are going to take place where most of us are in the safety of our home due to COVID-19. Now, during this time, I believe there will be a 3 days of darkness. Now, what I mean by this is that I do not believe that we are going to have access to the internet and TV. I think we'll still have electricity, and you should still be able to make emergency phone calls if there is a need for that. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so this reset, or this 3 days of darkness that I'm talking about, is going to occur because those that have been in control, well, not only is there a military operation going on, but those that have been in control have been controlling the narrative and pushing out propaganda. This includes, but not limited to, outlets including news channels, search engines, and social media. They have been trying to control what you see and what you don't see, and the info you get and don't get. Anything that keeps you from discovering the truth for yourself and becoming a free thinking individual. We are in an information war. So be very careful who you follow at this time. Also understand that I believe many of those that I spoke about will die of COVID-19. Now, I say that lightly because in all actuality, I believe many would rather commit suicide than face justice and face charges. And they would prefer to keep their so-called reputation, or image intact. Let me flip the page here. Anyway, so it's important that you stay safe, stay at home if you can, to avoid any false flag attempts, because the enemy may not go down without a fight. Also, the emergency alert system may or may not be activated at this time. I'm not sure. And if it is, you'll probably get the alarm maybe on the TV or the phone. I don't know when exactly all this is going to occur, but my guess is probably within the next few weeks or so. Okay, with all that being said, so that's kind of what I wanted to discuss about the about the falsehoods and the the shattering of falsehoods. Now I'm going to go into a little bit about lifting the veil, because I feel like it kind of goes hand in hand. And then in my other video, I'm going to talk more about the other two things, which is the shedding of the ego and releasing of attachments. Okay, so let's talk about the lifting of the veil. Again, I spoke briefly about this in my other videos, but about what wasn't known will become known, and what we weren't aware of, we will become aware of. So there will be truth, there will be transparency, and there will be disclosures. Now, we have been lied to and deceived for a really long time. We have been conditioned and programmed to create a society that which benefits the few instead of the many. And this includes, but is not limited to, systems such as the medical establishment, the schooling system, science, religion, history, technology, and other. And I want to give a few examples here, and we'll start with the medical establishment now, and Big Pharma. So the medical establishment is made to keep people sick, okay? There is no money to be made in healthy individuals. And by the way, I believe that they already have cures for many ailments, including cancer. And there are also many other types of health modalities that have been kept from us. In my opinion, it is time to move towards more natural medicine and other ways to heal our bodies. Also, we must include the mind and soul for total health and wholeness. And much of this, or these understandings of the direct correlation, sorry, there's a bug on my camera here. Also, we must include the mind, soul for total health and wholeness. Much of this has not been understood, and again, the correlation between our minds and bodies. And I'm gonna, let's see. Let me say that again. Okay, so we must include the mind, soul for total health and wholeness, and much of this has not been understood. Again, the direct correlation between the mind, the thoughts, and the health of our bodies. So I will be doing some videos on that, a lot more about health and that correlation with the mind. And let's see, let me turn the page here. I'm going to go into the schooling system a little bit, then I'll talk about religion and technology a little bit. I'm not going to go into all of them here. Again, I'm just stating some of my opinions on some of these things. So let's start with the schooling system. So many of the schooling systems, many, not all, but a lot of the educational institutions have been designed to indoctrinate individuals to meet their agenda and agendas, and keep people in debt. The schooling system set in place for children has been to dumb them down. There's a lot of books about this. I read one in particular that was called Dumbing Us Down, and it was by John Gatto. I think it's Gatto, John Taylor Gatto. And I highly recommend it to grasp the full extent of this. It is also time to change this and to bring out the strengths, interests, and potentials of the next generation. In my opinion, right brain activities also need to be incorporated much more so, such as music and art and other creative outlets. Okay, so we went over the medical establishment a little bit, and the schooling system. Religion, I'm not going to touch too much on this, but there is a lot of misinformation out there and dogma that surrounds the true teachings of Christ. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Technology, people would not be able to comprehend the type of technology that exists and the types of technologies that have been hidden from us. And I believe some of these technologies will come to light. I think a lot of these technologies have been used for nefarious purposes, and they have not been for the benefit of humanity. And some of you may be familiar with Nikola Tesla's work, but he discovered free energy a while back, a long time ago. And free energy would take us away from the dependency on fossil fuels and nuclear power. So what I'm saying here with the lifting of the veil is that all of these systems that have been created to benefit the few and not the many. I think that these systems are in need of change, and we need to reverse that so they benefit the many and not the few. So anyway, those are just a few of my thoughts on kind of what's going on right now. I want to keep everybody informed to the best of my understanding anyway. And it's starting to get a little chilly out here and the sun's going down. But anyway, I hope you're doing well. Stay safe. Like I said, I just want to keep you informed. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those below in the video here. And everyone take care and much love, and talk to you soon.